forgot which one of these playlists I was listening to. It was something by Stream Beats. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. My name's Nico. I go by Cointrick and Cointrick Twitch online. And today we're playing a little bit more New World. I'm looking at my encoder because I have the game minimized. There we go. I've redone my audio, so just let me know if I sound normal, and if the music is too loud or if the game is too quiet or any of that stuff. I went in trying to fix this issue that I was having, where the music that I was listening to was so much louder in my headset than it was for the live stream. But as an accident to that, the music might be a lot louder, and I should be a decent bit louder as well. Yes, very New World vibes with this music. Let me just go over here, and I always see if the Orichalcum vein is here, even though I have no place to refine it right now. Aha! Oh man, I keep looking over at the cart because I need to wash my glasses. I keep looking over at that cart and going, oh wait, there it is! No, it's not what I'm looking for. Harvester pants. I might bring those with me when I decide to level harvesting, specifically whenever that is. That's a lie. I would probably just buy new ones. I'd buy a specific set that has whatever the stat is. So dexterity, I think, for no, focus. Oh, really crispy. You are, but it's okay. I'm louder. I don't know why I read that as extra crispy and not what you actually said. Okay, good. All it takes is like finding the right video on the internet, man. Like I was having this problem and I watched, I think, 3 different videos from 3 different people on this, and finally I wound up on a guy that I'd never even heard of or seen before. And his video wasn't even necessarily about my specific issue. It was about, and he titled it wrong. It was about like setting up your volume with a Go XLR. And I was like, all right, this might help. So I went in there, and the one thing that he said was basically to play your music raise your music to 100% on your Go XLR and then lower your headset volume. And at first I thought that would be a problem because that means that the music will be louder. So then I guess everything else will have to be quieter. I don't know. I was overthinking it. I followed his directions, so I watched the rest of the video and I learned a bunch of other really cool stuff. Send that to me later. Okay, you will DM me on Discord now if you have time, and that way I'll have a notification on my phone. Otherwise, I guarantee you I will forget. That's a trick my old bar manager taught me. I'd come up to him and be like, hey, we're about to run out of green chartreuse, so like, do you think you could put it on the order for next week? And he'd be like, yeah. Wait, hold on. Pull out your phone and text me real quick. I'm not gonna check my phone, but that way I'll have a notification when I get home. I think this is perfect. Sounds real good. The one thing I didn't get to test is the chat audio. It should be the same volume, but I may need to make it just a little bit louder. The 2 things that I can make louder theoretically are the game and voice chat. There was one other piece of advice in this video that sounded weird to me, but it made sense the way he explained it. I'm just not really ready to act on. But he was like, you shouldn't have your mic as a thing as a slider on your Go XLR, because if you think about it, the level of your mic shouldn't change drastically while you're live streaming. You basically either want it on or you want it off. And there's already the cough function, which you can use to just like mute specifically your mic. So when I heard that, I was like, man, that would probably solve a lot of my problems, because there are never any live streams where I want to talk at this volume suddenly and then this volume suddenly. That doesn't happen. It's just been comfortable having it there so that I can change it if I'm in Discord chat and someone's like, oh, you're too loud. And since I was going through my Go XLR, I found some neat little things that I could add. I need to make the sampler a little bit louder. What are the other ones I have on here? That's a good one. How loud is that for you guys? Hold on. That's almost unintelligible. Hold on. Bear with me for 1 second. There we go. What is it tied to? I can't change the volume. It's not tied to any of the sliders that I have. I think that might be good for the system volume. I didn't realize it was quieter than the music. Really, I'm changing the volume of the game based on whether or not I can hear the crickets. Wolf, what's up, man? Welcome back. How's it going? How's life? I am doing well. How are you doing? I finally learned I don't think you guys can hear this, or if you can, that would be remarkable. Every once in a while, it kind of sounds like stuff hitting my roof. So finally, Hannah she took Rosalie to Romp and Roll, and so I realized while I was editing something that, oh shoot, like those could be branches touching the roof, which I've worked on roofs. That's a very, very bad thing to have happen, and especially to leave just unchecked for an extended period of time. So I went outside to look at it, and sure enough, I was right. And in my head, I was like, yeah, we have a ladder. I can just climb up there. And while we do have a ladder, and I am perfectly capable of climbing up there, the ladder won't help much if it's only barely taller than I am. The spot I need to reach is like 15 feet in the air. And I can reach the branches directly over the roof by getting on top of the roof, but then that just sort of stopgaps the problem. It puts a pause on that until the branches grow back and it's someone else's problem. And while that would be very on brand for me to do, I realized I kind of need to cut the branches at the base of the tree. So I'm probably gonna end up appropriating some straps from my family to climb up there and then cut those branches down. I'm gonna need that, and then I'm gonna need some more like forestry type stuff, because I only have like shears and pruners. And we have an electric chainsaw, but I don't need to take an electric chainsaw 15 feet up in the air into a tree to cut down like 2 branches. Nico with straps. Is that what they mean when they call me a strapping young lad? Need yourself a chainsaw and a stick. That, I know what you're talking about, but what a brilliant way to describe that. There's I think there's a specific term for that. Or I know there's a specific term for like the analog version of that. Like the pruners that have the extension that you use to cut, to trim things like palm tree, well, any kind of tree. But typically you see them a lot on like topiaries. Or we'll have all of the fire. That's exactly what it is. Could you imagine, like, what did the invention of that version of the chainsaw look like? Do you think it was A, someone was like, man, I really like the idea of the chainsaw, but that seems really dangerous. I want to put it on a 10-foot pole so that I'm nowhere near it. Or do you think B, someone was like, man, I can't reach these branches and I don't want to go get a ladder. I'll just tie my chainsaw to a stick. That's a good idea. I feel like those are the only two options. There should be. I'm not crazy. Oh, there it is. Okay. So someone else is mining the lower half of this. PVC pipe of the right diameter. You would have to have the right kind of PVC. Like, you'd have to have the right gauge, I guess. Meaning, like, the thickness of the PVC. You'd have to have, like, really strong PVC to do that. You could also just find a dowel, a big old wooden dowel. Whoop. Oh, yeah, those there. There we go. And then when I'm back in town, I need to remember to turn in the quests. I need to pick up more mining luck food. I don't need to, but it does make my job a lot easier. Hooray! Should I sell it? Just stick it on both of the handles and it would be longer. Just hold on, wait, we have a sound effect for this, I think. That wasn't the one I was looking for. There it is. Oh, is this the cough button? I guess so. I guess it's gotta be. I don't... I'm confused. Like, are you mean put a chainsaw on either side of the pole? By the way, I used all but one of these, like, soundboard buttons on the Go XLR. I don't remember what I put where. That is so quiet. That's what I was saying. I need to go into the app and, like, find wherever the volume is for the sampler and move that. Actually, I know exactly where it is. Let me get someplace safe-ish. Not that difficult. Someone's already gotten those, but this will do. Now, let's go over here. Aha! Huzzah! Oh, I thought that one would kill him. My bad. Okay. Yeah, there it is. Oh, come on. There we go. If I go into the mixer, there should be... There we go. That, though, I should warn you, is as loud as it will get unless yeah, that's as loud as it's gonna get. I can't make it louder than that. So let's see what some of these other ones are. Classic. Oh god. I think it's because Terrell's here. I just had this flashback to way back. We were all playing Destiny together, classic Destiny. And I decided while I was live streaming, I would play the air horn every time I got a kill. There we go, that's a good one. I couldn't hear that one. So that's the Titanic theme. Air horn. Classic. I feel like I've used that in a video. And you've heard the other two. So those are all the sound effects I have on here. And there's... the only way to increase the volume of the sampler is to bump it in the app, and it won't go above 100%. No, it won't go above 100%. Yep, that's it, pretty much. Okay, so that's all I can do to fix that. Besides going in and like editing each of those sound effects to make them louder. The Titanic theme on recorder. Oh, okay, good. So it was, yeah, I mean, one, copyright infringement is a real thing. DMCAs are a real thing. But also I wouldn't do that to Leo. All right. He didn't not win an Oscar for that movie just for me to use the original soundtrack. It's funny to me, like, I'll refer to celebrities by their first name sometimes when it's understood who we're talking about in conversation already. But I feel like if I actually met a celebrity, I would probably refer to them as Mr. or Mrs. something. Unless it were, like, I don't know, someone androgynous or something like Ruby Rose, but I'm fairly certain she identifies as she, her. If you guys met a celebrity, how would you refer to them? Like, if you ran into them in person? Someone ran this route recently. And it got decently high mining level because it looks like the silver and platinum up here are gone as well. I'm holding out hope that they don't know the entire route. Okay, alright, okay, alright. Okay, they don't know the entire route. Either that or they're mining... No, because if they mined the platinum, they've got to be able to mine the gold. Maybe they just skipped it because gold is not even worth the weight it takes to carry it. But your boy needs gems, so here I am. I feel like if I use that, which one was it? Was it? Yeah, then I have to like, there we go, hit the music button at the same time. Good, we're gonna share this experience right now. We're all gonna suffer. And then you just, there we go. Bring the music back. Not really having much luck gathering gems on this run. Also almost encumbered. Oh, bizarre question. Is Halo Infinite out? I didn't realize, and I'm debating like making the investment in buying the game. That's how I'm justifying it to myself. Because I really miss playing Destiny, but I can't go back to playing on PS4. I'm just lazy and I don't want to set my PS4 back up right now. And I would rather play on like a TV. Anyway, so I want to play on PC, but if I'm going to play on PC, I want to be able to play with my controller, and I haven't been able to figure out how to make that work. But I feel like if I learn Halo from scratch on just mouse and keyboard, I think that might help. The last Halo game I played, I think, was Halo 4. Oh, hold on. There we go. So it'll tell me where those mining veins are that I'm looking for. It doesn't look like anything spawns around here, so I shouldn't have to worry about bumping into random stuff. That is... Oh, I think that might be a bunch of platinum veins, actually, which would be ideal for me. Alright, hold on. Come on. There we are. Cross-save Destiny to PC. Join us. I have done that already, but the thing is, I don't want to play on PC if I can't use my controller, because the thing I love the most is PvP. It's what I enjoy the most in the game. And when I play on a mouse and keyboard, I feel like I'm being held back. I don't know. I don't like it. I want to be good at the game. I don't want to have to learn something completely new. Wait, woo. Oh, what? Alright, hold on, 5. Alright, word. Wrong. Oh, sorry, hold on, yeah. I'd like to think I'd greet them like an acquaintance, because that's probably what would feel mutually comfortable. For them, it would be like seeing someone they just don't remember. I still get to say hi without making them feel like they're on a pedestal. I guess that's true. I think in my brain too, I imagine like it would be like a service industry thing that I would run into them. And so it makes sense that like, like if, I don't know, Mark Wahlberg came to my bar, I would probably be like, oh, Mr. Wahlberg. It would feel weird for me to just be like, oh, Mark, what's up? But I guess if I was in public, feel like I would use their first names. I might... Actually, I'd introduce myself first, and I would let them introduce themselves. Which is actually something I learned from Logic. I was watching this interview that he did, I think back when Critical Role was on Geek and Sundry. This was an interview, and the guy asked, like, you're notorious for the way that you introduce yourself to people. And he goes, oh, yeah. When people come up to me, I always say, hi, my name is Bobby. What's your name? And I shake their hand. Which I just respect that so much. I'm forgetting to use my compass to find this stuff too. That's saltpeter. Oh, I don't want that. Can I even kill that? Oh, I might be able to. Get wrecked. That's the first level 60 thing I've ever killed. Great. Worth it. Worth the risk. I feel like the use of Mr. or Miss would just call unnecessary attention to the situation, assuming everyone isn't already aware. Maybe it's just the way I'm raised, but yeah, I mean, I think that you're also playing with fire a little bit when you decide to... What's up, Adam? Thank you for tuning in. How's it going? Thanks for tuning in on YouTube. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of the way that I was raised. It feels polite, but I also know that some people are offended by the use of, like, sir and ma'am. Because the common thing is that I guess it seems to make them feel old. What server are all of you guys on? Because you're playing with Austin and his brother, correct? I was so bored the other day when the trading posts were shut down. I nearly just like made a new character, and I was like, well, I have so many friends on different servers now, like I wouldn't even know which one to do. Opona? Nah, Ben. Oh, okay. There it is. Alright. Now I gotta go back. Yeah, Austin Ritchie. I assume. I can see some people also being offended by not giving them the respect they're due by not using Mr. or Miss. Yeah, I think it's like regionally you have to accept sometimes that when you go someplace, that's the way they're going to refer to you. And it's not an age thing. Like, when you're in the South and you're with a group of people, you're probably going to get referred to as guys or dudes, even though it's not a gender thing at all. I'm on Camelot with my other streaming buddy. Now that Battlefield 2042 and Forza are out, I'm struggling to pick what to play. That's fair. I mean, typically whenever I'm into an MMO, like that's the main thing that I'm doing, but that's also because I've played like tons and tons and tons of MMOs. That's the first thing I need to do. Or not reacting to them in a way they like. Ah. Do I want to save the harvester pants? No. Recipe. Learn that. I don't think I... Shelf. Just a shelf. Alright, I've dug my own grave now, because I still can't put any of my mining things away. Great. Man, some of the recipe names in this game just like straight up make me hungry.
My blade, my life. Choose your next contribution to our...
We'll do... Oh, gathering speed. Always. That's like 90% of what I do. Trying to think of what I need to do to eat up some of the stuff weighing me down in my shed. They definitely made the food look good as fuck. That's true. What was that mini-map? Oh, Lilith knows more about it than I do because she and Seabug are actually the ones that put me onto it. But it's Captain Wesley's... You have to have something called Overwolf, which is kind of like CurseForge. It's something that manages like add-ons. And then you install Captain Wesley's minimap. And then you get that. And you can... It's an add-on. You can move it around. You can change the shape of it and stuff. It shows you where nodes are on the map. If you've ever used like the new map, new world, like worldmap.com or whatever it is, it's basically that if you had it in-game following your character around, and you can change the shape of it too. You can make it like that, put it in the corner like World of Warcraft style. There's a lot of other creature comforts in there, like it automatically zooms in when you walk into a city. You don't have to worry about getting banned. No, they actually went through the proper channels to have it like approved by Overwolf and Amazon and everything, so it should be fine. Wait, there's an add-on for New World? Oh, yes. Yes, there are add-ons for New World. But I think they're very selective about which like applications can affect add-ons, if that makes sense. What am I doing? Where am I going? Cutting gems. Alright, I'm gonna make some jewelry. Yeah, every other crafting thing that I do, it bumps me out of the crafting thing. Or, yeah, out of the crafting station. I like your music. It's just stream beats. That one worked. I'm gonna start getting really superstitious about like what will actually work, and I'm gonna start like counting how many times I have to change items or how long I have to wait between things to get it to work. Whatever that 8-bit beat was. Oh, well, that was also stream beats. I do not know what song it was though. Okay, I can't cut any more of those. I don't think I have enough motes to make anything. Any wisps or anything. I want to use my steel right now because I feel like I could turn it into star metal and that'll help me level up my smelting currently. Because I have so much orichalcum, like I might as well just make up the difference. I don't need to make essences right now, but I'm going to see if there are any more common quality gems I can cut with wisps I just made. Yes, wow. Leveling up crafting takes so long. I don't think there's anything else, right? No. That harvesting luck. The game's trying to tell me something. I don't have any chains or anything right now. I have 127 silver, but I also kind of want to save up my silver to make gold. Okay. Nope, I did manage to dismantle everything. Oh boy. Wait. When did I get that? Hunter's storage chest is... Hold on. A chest that grants access to your storage and increases your storage when placed in your home. Holds your things just fine and doubles as a canoe if you're in a pinch. Okay. Interesting. Decorate? Can I not decorate? Oh, because I need to pay the tax? I can pay, like, do that anyway, but cool, there we go. Did I make my house look like a bar? Yes. No regrets. There's all of the other options are working except for that one. Okay, well. I was hoping that maybe that one had like an extra 50 or 100 encumbrance. Hi, old man. Beffer, what's up? Welcome. Thank you for tuning in, showing up in chat. My friend is turning 18 in 3 weeks exactly. I bought us bracelets that I'm gonna have to customize soon. And gonna buy her a Jack Daniels since she wants to try it. What country are you in? Also, I'm the only person watching on YouTube, one viewer. I think my friend Adam was there. I don't know if he has it minimized or whatever. Poland. Oh, okay. All right, I can see why you might want to try Jack Daniels. There are better Tennessee whiskeys, but there are also just like better whiskeys in general. Seagull with secret powers. What's up? Welcome. Thank you for tuning in on Twitch. How's it going? All right, I'm losing my mind. What am I? Like how much Arcana do I, or not Arcana? What's the word I'm looking for? Azoth do I have? Not a lot. How much does it take to travel up to? Maybe not Brightwood, because I'm pretty sure my storage is full here. No, it's not full, but it's Oh, yep. That's less than ideal. It's doing great. Just wondering, what's your PlayStation? Like my PSN username? It's coin_trick. Can you recommend me something? I want to surprise her. Well, it sounds like she wants to try an American whiskey. I think bourbon might be better. So here's the difference between bourbon whiskey and Tennessee whiskey. Tennessee whiskey, this is being reductive. I'm missing a lot of details here, but the main thing is that Tennessee whiskey is charcoal filtered. Almost everything else about what has to go into making the whiskey is identical to bourbon. So it's because of that, there's a little bit less flavor, so it's easier to drink for most people. So keep that in mind. But in general, bourbon is considered the more like American of the spirits. Oddly enough. I could make a good recommendation, but I think she would probably appreciate something that's like nuanced and not just something that's like, this is really good bourbon or whatever. She just wanted to try Jack Daniels because it's so comically advertised everywhere. It's like the Coca-Cola of alcohol. Yep, that's actually a really good comparison. Oh, my power score. Dude, it's terrible. My gear score, 440. Coca-Cola is a good combination with Jack Daniels. What a lot of people don't realize about like soft drinks is that like all of that research and development has gone into making that soft drink. It is basically a ready to serve mixer. I don't play the game, but my dad does. Oh, okay. All right, what if I just went to Everfall and said I'm gonna put my stuff there? That sounds like a plan. We're gonna do that. His gear score is 590. Then he's nearly at the cap. That's really impressive. But also you can tell like I'm not power leveling my character. I've just been focusing on all of the trade skills. Yeah, we've been drinking Tokai. Yeah, a half-sweet Hungarian wine. Yeah, I remember. Tokai is also... Which one did you drink? Because they have several tiers, but Tokai also makes the most expensive wine in the world. I don't remember what it's called. You have to look it up. It's so expensive, they don't serve it to you in a wine glass, they serve it to you on a spoon, a tiny spoon. It's like Tokai Aju or something. I don't remember exactly. I'm gonna butcher it if I try. Why can't I put the furniture away? Can't drop. Oh, got it. Cool. That's not confusing at all. All right, what do I do? I'm gonna check the smelter. Actually, still have some. Okay. It's called Orzevlu. That's the grape varietal that it's made from. Semi-sweet wine, quality wine. Okay, cool, cool. Tier 5 kitchen. Now what I'm looking for. Okay, let me pretend like I've been here before. No clue if that gives you any more info. I was reading the Soju right above it. Yeah, I mean, Tokai makes really good product. That, I think, is their, like, entry-level dessert wine. I'm pretty sure they only make dessert wine as well. I'm starting to become a fan of Soju. Flavored Soju or just traditional Soju? First time in my life I puked from alcohol because I had a Coke and as a side drink instead of water to hydrate. Big mistake. Well, no, if you were drinking that, you might have just puked because it was too much sugar in your system. And alcohol is also a form of sugar. They have a higher quality. Yeah, they have a tier 5 smelter up here. Okay, that's pretty good to know. That's what I thought. Flavored for now. Peach and grape are good. I hear normal, you can just pair with whatever and it will taste like it. Pretty much, yeah. It's kind of like a thick vodka. I don't know. Like unflavored soju is just fermented rice. And rice doesn't have any like inherent sugars or extra compounds or anything in it, so it doesn't impart any like phenols and esters. So there's nothing you can smell. It's not going to taste like anything. Isn't that the same thing as sake then? No. I know the reason why, and it's back in the back of my mind. I think one of the main differences is the washing process. I think, or whether the rice is in the thing to begin with. I don't remember which one, but I think one of the distinctions is something like the first step is that you soak the rice in water and then you strain the rice off, and that water is what you ferment. And then in the other one, and I think it's soju, I think for soju you just dunk your rice in water and throw your yeast over it and forget about it. I'm being really reductive and I'm positive that I'm wrong about both of those, but the nature of the difference is something like that. Back here, the YouTube stream just went down. Weird. Give me a second. It looks like chat is still up. And it's telling me I'm live on my screen. And I'm watching myself live right now. And it's telling me I'm live on my screen. Oh, I sound so velvety smooth. Alright. It'd sound better if I could get closer to my mic, but the nature of my setup, I can't be right there. There we go. Okay. How much? I don't think I have very many bars or anything. Okay. So I'm just gonna go do another gathering run. Dave, what's up, man? Welcome back. How's it going? Mate, what are your opinions on ASMR? I guess I get it. As a form of like entertainment or like relaxation, I don't know. It's just not for me. I don't crave that kind of stimulation. I don't know. I'm not gonna yuck someone else's yum. Cringe for me, lol. Have you tried Captain Jack's? You mean like... Wait, you mean Captain Morgan? The closest I can get to ASMR is like listening to like the sound of like the tide coming and going, or like listening to nature sounds. But ASMR as a genre, I think, tends to be less of that stuff and more like uncomfortably loud and close-up sounds of just like innocuous things. Or like whispering very crisp into a microphone. The sound of cheeks clapping is ASMR. Is that what you're saying? .6% Radlers that taste better than oversweetened Desperados or Summersby. but they're not a full 9% beer. Interesting. Okay, alright. Well, if that's there, then the mining vein isn't going to be accessible. And I don't want to deal with all that right now. I just want to mine for stuff. I'll go play some Team Fortress 2. Sick. Have a great stream, mate. Thank you, dude. Thank you for tuning in and sticking around. I appreciate it. You enjoy the rest of your day. I just realized I'm hungry. Oh, well, we have some snacks out there. Have you ever tasted Alpha or Mythos? Nope. I've never even heard of those. What are those? Greek beer. Nope. I don't actually know if I've ever tried any Greek beer. I've had Italian beer. I haven't had beer from this one country, but let me tell you about the countries I have had beer from. I feel like, I mean, the classics are like, Belgian, German, or just like all of like the Bavarian and like Trappist ales. So Belgium, Germany, Austria, Hungary, and then American beer, which isn't really necessarily its own genre. British beer, Irish beer, if you've ever had a Guinness. Yeah. Mexican beer. It's not great, but it is canonical. At least over here it is. What game is this? This is New World. So it's like, not really survival, but it's an MMORPG. Polish beer? I feel like I've had Polish beer, but I couldn't remember what it was called. America steals beer like Britain steals ancient artifacts. Yeah. Like, our best beers are technically just German beers. Like, not our best beers, sorry, but our most well-known beers are just German beers that are being made here with a German recipe by German brewmeisters. RuneScape 2.0. There's a lot of very known Polish beer. I don't really like beer, so I can't tell you. But a lot of people tend to like it for reasons. Okay. I mean, that's fair. I feel like most Belgian beers just get to fly under the flag of like, oh, well, like, Trappist beers come from Belgium, so all of their beer must be good. Which, unfortunately, is not the case. Hefeweizen are the best. Yeah. Hefeweizen's really good if you want a light beer with heavy flavor, if that makes sense. Like, it's one of the most ideal ones that I might pair with, like, pizza. Man, I am hungry. I'm so hungry. I'm gonna go puff some beer, and I'm gonna order some pizza, and I'm gonna babysit my child alone. No, I'm kidding. That would be irresponsible. I'll just order the pizza. My favorite German beers, actually I have a lot probably, but Adam, you've probably seen Paulina. Well, Paulina is one of the few there's like 5 or 6 that are allowed to participate in Oktoberfest proper. Polina, Hacker-Shore. Jesus Christ. All of these German names. Schlenkele? No. I can't remember the other ones. I drank that a lot in Germany and haven't found one I like since coming back to the States. I've had theirs. Carlsberg is my favorite. I want to go to Germany. I have this chance to travel now through Trova Trip. And it's such a weird opportunity that I didn't really think would ever happen to me, but they kind of like, they want to sell a trip around me being the host. I'm not really positive what that looks like for them, but the kinds of trips that they normally do are like, you know, beer tastings in Germany, scotch tastings in Scotland, or stuff like that. They also have like adventures, but I feel like if it's me, they're gonna end up using me for like a drink-oriented one. So like touring German German Bavarian breweries would potentially be one of those. Hold on, actually. If you guys would like to help me out, you can take... That is just I should probably make a command out of that, but Trova Trip has me is asking me to ask people to fill out the survey so that they can tell like where people want to go, what people want to do. But my trip also depends on getting a certain number of responses. Wait, did I? Okay, thought I'd skipped something, but maybe I'm just so used to doing this that I just did it on autopilot. What is the poll for, or the survey? It's an opportunity that I have to travel with this company, and they want me to bring like some of my audience and some of my viewers with me. And they offer trips all around the world, different places. They have a few that are in the US, but they have a lot that are around the world. Like I mentioned, tasting beer in Germany, tasting scotch in Scotland. They have like sake tasting in Japan. Cheers. So they've asked me to put this survey out there to gauge where people want to go and what kinds of stuff my viewers would want to do if they were to travel, like if they were to go with me to like Germany. I think it's really cool. It's like I was talking about it with Hannah, and she was like, yeah, it's kind of like it kind of sounds like going on a cruise, but like not in a boat. If that makes sense. Like you're with a group of people, everyone is from like all over the place. There are a few shared activities. Everyone stays in the same place pretty much. But aside from that, you're free to just like explore these different areas and do different things. There's also the opportunity for me to run a seminar for people. So like if we go out, like if we went to Belgium or something, then I would help run a seminar on like where, like the beginning to end, like how a Trappist beer is made and why that's important. I don't know. I feel like Belgian beers, as infamous as they are not really widely understood. Which place would you want to go? I have to pick. It's asking you guys, like, so you don't have to say the places that I want to go to. They're just trying to gauge where the interest is. Like if I tell everyone I want to go to Italy, that's not going to be as fun if I just bring a bunch of people over to Italy when everyone else was like, well, we really wanted to go to Iceland or something. Can I pick a few? Yeah, you can pick as many as you like. I need to defeat ancient guardians, defeat pirates, and search for chests. Okay. Like to pick, oh, like Japan? That's one that I would really, really love to do. It's, only once that I can remember, I've gone to a country where, like, I had absolutely no bearings, and it wasn't Japan, it was South Korea. But I would love to repeat that. I'd love to go someplace where I, like, not only do I not speak the language, and not only is the language not based on a root that I understand, but, like, the letters are different too. So it's like, I don't know, it just really pulls you out of the way that you're used to thinking and looking at the world. So, I don't know, those are the kinds of experiences that I'd like. Stream just crashed for me again. I'll have to watch back. Oh, sorry. It's not, well, hold on. It might be a bitrate thing on my end. Let me see if I can fix that. 'Cause it looks like my bitrate is varying, like, pretty wildly. Let me get someplace safe. And then, there we go. Stream, output, look ahead, what is this? Dynamic B-frames. Okay. I'm losing my mind. There's like, you're supposed to be able to turn off a variable bitrate, and I can't figure out where to do it. Okay, well, some other time. I'll figure it out. Whoa, are you bilingual or polyglot or just America? English was actually my third language growing up. First we spoke French, then my brother and I, first we spoke French, then we spoke Spanish, then we moved to the US, spoke English, and forgot French because our father learned English very quickly, so he spoke English at home to practice. So we just stopped speaking French at home. Ooh, that 300 strength perk. So technically bilingual. if that makes sense. There's a decent amount of German that I understand because my dad's first language was actually Flemish growing up, which is a dialect of Dutch, which is similar to German. That's what it was like living in Germany. Yeah, we had the bases that gave us American way of living, but we tried to do things outside of our comfort zone. Right. That's also my favorite thing about my trip to Korea. Wasn't anything that was comfortable. It was the thing that I thought felt the most Korean and the most different to me. And I always have to preface it that way because my favorite part about my trip to Korea was actually the onsen. The exposed bath. So that's weird because that's like saying your favorite part of the trip was being naked around a bunch of dudes you didn't know who were also naked. Everyone was naked. Let me be clear. But I think those are the kinds of like cultural experiences I really enjoy. Oh my god, and what's worse is I was in Korea visiting my ex. We were dating at the time, but I was there visiting her, and she had two friends there. They were all teaching English in Korea, and it was her idea. So we get there, and I go into the locker room. I get completely undressed. Before I got completely naked, I left my boxers on, and I like looked at everyone there, and everyone else is just like stripping like buck-ass nude. So I was like, okay, I am already getting a lot of attention because I'm the odd one out because I don't look like everyone there. So I was like, I'm not gonna get more attention for having my weighing out. Like, everyone else here is naked. So what they have you do actually is you're supposed to like shower yourself first in the stall. It's like it's a sit down stall, which I'm not used to. That was fun. So I'm like showering myself. All the water is like the perfect temperature, which is like great for me. It's one of my favorite things in the world is just like taking hot baths and like taking hot showers. And then after that, once you're clean, because the baths aren't for cleaning yourself. The baths are for relaxing and like easing tension and aches and stuff like that. So you have to clean the dirt off of yourself first so that you're clean when you get into the baths. Then the baths themselves have different pools with different things in them. And so like there was a hot and cold bath that was just water, just regular water. And then there was one bath that was salt water, like but pure salt water, not like ocean water. Then there was a bicarbonate bath, which is like baking soda water. It's alkaline. And there were hot and cold versions of all of these things. There were like stations for like hot towels and just laying down and cooling off. And there were also like saunas that you could sit in. So anyway, sorry, I got sidetracked. I just wanted you guys to picture this with me. Not the wings, you don't need to picture that, but just like the setting. So I was really uncomfortable, and before the four of us went into these, there were two girls and two guys. We were like, all right, we're just gonna, don't make it weird, don't make it a thing. We're gonna give ourselves, I think it was like 20 minutes or something to soak. And then we'll meet up outside, like in the lobby because there are other like spa areas around. Like you could get a massage, you could get like UV treatments and stuff like that. And oxygen, you could like breathe. They had like oxygen stations. It was weird. So I wash myself off after I get naked, and I'd go out into the pools, and I'm jumping around between all the pools, and I notice I don't see the other guy in the group, and I'm like, okay, maybe he just chickened out. So I'm jumping around between the pools. Finally, 20 minutes is up. They have clocks everywhere because if you lose track of time, you could really easily like hurt yourself by like hyponatremia or just like lack of oxygen. You could get really lightheaded. And So 20 minutes is up. I get out, dry myself off, put my clothes back on, and or no, they give you robes. So I just put a robe back on. I go out into the spa lobby, and I can't find them. And so I just start walking around. I gave them like 5 minutes, and I was like, maybe the girls lost track of time. And then I realized, well, I should be able to find the dude, because he should have been here. But maybe he got bored because he chickened out and whatever. So I'm looking around between all of the rooms that are there. They have different UV treatment rooms. So there are some that have like a certain kind of wood and like certain kinds of lights set at a certain kind of temperature and stuff like that. So there's like a red room, a green room, blue room, purple room, stone room, wood room, what tiles, a lot of stuff. So I checked all of those, and then I like went around. There were a couple places that had food. I checked like the oxygen bar, and I couldn't find them. So eventually I was like, screw it, I'm gonna grab like a Coca-Cola from one of the spa vendors or whatever, and I just like walked around and just enjoyed myself alone, which was weird. Because if you think you're already getting a lot of attention for being a foreigner, you're definitely getting a lot of attention for being the only foreigner. So finally, I run into them in a hallway, all 3 of them, and I'm like, guys, where were you? And they were like, what do you mean, where were we? We said 20 minutes and we were in the lobby. And I'm like, what are you talking about? There were clocks all around the spa. I know I was exactly 20 minutes. And that's when they're like, oh, well, we didn't actually get into the spa. And I realized they didn't even wait 20 minutes. They all chickened out. And they were like, all right, the one guy that did this was Nico. And they just went around and did everything themselves. He's too into the story. No, I was reading comments. I thought that was funny. And then later my girlfriend tried to gaslight, or sorry, my ex at the time, she tried to gaslight me into thinking that, like, they had all waited 20 minutes there. And I was like, no, you didn't. One, I was watching the clock the entire time because I was naked. I was, like, at first especially, I was incredibly uncomfortable. But after that, I just became a habit to just, like, look up at the clock because there's not much else to look at, really. So I just kept my eyes on the clock, looked at the different pools. I was like hot in one pool, cold in another pool. And then I was like, I wanted to get in the sauna and I realized I didn't have enough time. So I jumped back, I got dressed, and yeah. Very weird time. Proof? No. I wish I were like a funny answer, like all the emotional scarring. But nope. No pictures or anything like that. Ironically, for someone who spends so much time in front of a camera, I am the last person to whom it like occurs to take photos of things. Which I think is kind of good. Because I just like experiencing the thing. And I feel like you cheapen it or you lose out on a little bit of the experience if you're always in the back of your mind thinking about the photo and like keeping that moment forever or whatever. Terrell, did you know me before I went to South Korea? Because I think it was like right when I started in content creation. Oh, that's a silver vein. That's down below. Yep, sure is. Okay. I get stressed out. Yeah, me too. That's another thing that I had to like teach my family, because when I started majoring in film and doing all this stuff, I for a while I was like the de facto, well, like you're studying this stuff at school, like why can't you just like take photos of the family? And it's like, because I want to be here with everyone else and no one else is taking photos, first of all. Second of all, that's my work. You want me to work while I'm here? Well, it's not work, you just need to snap some photos. It's like, well, if you just need anyone to do it, then you can ask just anyone to do it. How are we doing on time? Doing great, okay. A couple of my team members are also supposed to play with us, and Jean-Luc has the game and Isabella has the game. So we may have a group of like nearly 10 people. If the argument is you would take better photos than they are asking you to work. Yeah, right, exactly. Implied comma, but yeah. If they're telling me that I would take better photos, it's because they're expecting me to work harder than someone else. Or they don't respect my work. They don't actually think it takes effort and they think it's just talent. Or just having an eye for that stuff, which is, it was probably more that because that's the way my family is wired. That's why a lot of them still don't think that like all of this stuff that I do is work. I think Jean-Luc remembers not the date, but I think he remembers like the day that he realized that this is what I do for work. I think it was when I still had my streaming set up in his old room, and he was visiting at one point while he was away at college. He came back to visit, and I was like, hey dude, I'm sorry, I have my stuff set up in your room. And he was like, oh, don't worry about it, like I can sleep through anything, I'm in college or whatever. And so he was watching me live stream for like a week, and he saw how punctual I was and how like I got void metal? Sorry, I've never had void metal before. He saw how punctual I was, and he realized that the amount of effort that I'm putting into what I was doing was the same as the amount of effort that he was putting into like his classes and his job. And he was like, okay, this is a job to him. So it's a job. I wonder if I can kill one of these now. Come at me! I feel like probably not because this thing poisons. But how much logging experience does it give me? Sounds like JL. Well, I mean, he realized it before anyone else in my family, so he does get credit for that. And he's actually been like my biggest, as far as like my family is concerned, he's been my biggest supporter in like reminding people that just because what I do involves playing games and like making drinks and drinking, it doesn't mean it's not work. I need to go to Stone Break, I think is what it's called. I just want to make absolutely sure. Yeah, Breakwater Bulwark. Which is, I'm pretty sure, oh, it's past that, okay. Hi-ho Silver, away! Oh, I wish you would just continue going forward. Some people haven't grasped that content creation is a career nowadays. Yeah. Well, we grew up with our like society, and for some of us, our parents and family telling us that anything creative should be a hobby. And like you shouldn't pursue, like you shouldn't put any energy or effort or time into like pursuing creative things. Our generation was the one, I feel like, where most parents were telling their kids like, you need to be doctors, you need to be scientists or surgeons or whatever. Very few of us were fortunate enough to have parents that were saying, you know, do what you want to do as long as you're happy. Like, I know you're capable. You don't need to be rich. You don't like need to change the world. You just need to be happy. The old generation was so anti-creative. They don't see that creatives are everywhere and are paid right. It was one of the biggest adjustments for like corporate America, or just like corporate community in general, to realize. It's weird. I don't know why your like profile pic disappeared, but they don't like realize the best kind of advertising right now is brand storytelling. So getting people to buy into your brand because they feel like they're supporting something rather than just giving you money because you happen to have a good product. Lots of people have great products now. They need to have a reason to buy into the brand. Like the people who design food boxes and signs and literally everything, they don't realize there are people that, well, they don't realize that there are people that get paid to do that. Someone got paid to design the thing that you're looking at. I mean, that's a pretty common thing, right? That the consumer is detached from the, what is it called? I think it's like, I feel like this is gonna be a communist or Marxist quote, but the consumer is detached or dissociated from the method of production, I think. You guys want to know something crazy? How do you think that is pronounced? The first word in that tier 3 piece of armor. Boatswain. I only know how that's pronounced because my brothers worked on boats. It's pronounced bosun. Leave me alone. Or I could wait 40 seconds. And I need to go back anyway because I'm running out of my mining luck buff food thing. Had a Coast Guard buddy correct me on that. Yeah. The first time I read it as boatswain. Because there's another, like, sailing term which is Cockswain, which looks like coxswain, but it's actually pronounced coxswain. Oh, whoops. What am I doing? I can't climb all that. Nope, gonna leave that one alone. Why? Well, this song better be good because it's called This Slaps. Nothing, everything's totally fine. Brilliant. Oh, void metal. Void metal is the substitution for steel. Then why do you need that specifically to make so many things? I'm gonna grab all of this stuff and I'm just gonna run to, or walk. I'm gonna walk someplace. I need my flex if I'm gonna do that. Cool. That away, because that's not gonna help me. And I can't make platinum because where I'm going, I only have access to a tier 4 smelter. So I can't carry that much gold, I'm assuming. Of course. Is there anything else that I bring with me? Some more iron ore, why not? Okay. There we go. Oh, I guess I should turn in those quests too. And I need to bring charcoal. I forgot that last time. Oh, I was like, I might have that just laying around.
My blade, my life. Choose your next contribution to our cause.
Now the run begins. And that's how I do most of my actual leveling up. I just turn stuff in. Not all the way up to Brightwood. I just need to get up to Everfall. That's where I'm aiming for. Brilliant. That should be all I need to do. I love my setup now. I remember when I started, and this was actually shortly after I started when I got my first capture card. Terrell might remember this. I was on camera and I had to have like a set of earbuds in and a headset, like a headset so that I could hear the computer, and then an earbuds so that I could hear the game. Come such a long way. I think one of the biggest things that holds people back as far as content creation goes, and like really starting to get into it, especially with live streaming. See, I don't have anything I can use to like run any faster right now. I think one thing that holds people back is they see so many people now that have a setup that looks something like mine, and they're like, okay, well that means that so for me to live stream and for me to do it well, that means I need to have like a really good mic, I have to have a boom arm, I have to have 3 monitors, I have to have like this computer that can handle 3 monitors, camera, lights, the Go XLR Stream Deck. Having all that stuff will be nice, but what I tell people when they're like, oh, well, like, how do I get started without all that stuff? It's so much easier to get started now than it used to be. But even if you did have all this stuff, you might hate it. Like, you might hate live streaming and you would have wasted your money. And the second thing is that you might not even know what to do with all of it when you get it. I could hand you the keys to a jet plane, and that could be really cool, but it won't matter if you don't know how to fly it. I wonder what the potential would be like to try and turn content creation on this scale into something that you could build a curriculum around. Like, what does content creation 101 look like? The problem is high-end streamers have this super minimal setup, yet the stream coaches have all these bells and whistles and push it so hard. Yeah, Pipeline Gaming, look it up. I will. Unless you want me to look it up right now, which I can do, but I'm trying to run right now. I think another thing that happens too is like the main resource that people go to for this kind of information are social media platforms like YouTube. Which is, there are a lot of really good resources on YouTube, but at a certain point you need to realize like how to pick like the lessons from the bullshit. So like you hear a lot of people who will tell you even in the videos like, hey, this is a sponsored post, they're paying me to make this video, and then they'll show this product and people will see it and they'll be like, I need one of those. I need to get one of those before I can do whatever it is that I need to do. Stone Mountain 64 made content creation 101. That sounds like, I mean, it sounds like something I would want to consume in my free time. I might try to watch that while I have Rosalie later today or something. Stone Mountain sold out. I mean, I'd understand that. You could say I've sold out too because I get paid by a company. But they sort of just, they don't really tell me what to do or what to say or anything like that. Once again, I forgot to bring my charcoal with me, so this is gonna be an interesting trip. There goes all of my flux once again. $684. I guess that's not that bad considering I paid my the in-game rent. Let's see. Why on earth? Yeah, all of that looks way too expensive. I'm weighing my options really quickly. I have to put this stuff away. I can't bring it back with me. Okay. I'll put all of my gold in here because I need gold to make platinum. Does that make sense? No. I'll put my star metal ore here because I need a tier 4 forge to make star metal. And the gold because I need a tier 4 forge to make platinum. Cool. Alright. While I'm here, I do want to check one other thing. Do they happen to have a tier 5 tailoring station or outfitter station? Saying a content creator sold out is a little much. He took his viewership and audience, gave them a tool to help those who wanted to stream as well. The outfitter station's on the other side. Nope, this is same as the other one. Go back to the inn. Yeah, signing a contract I don't think makes you a sellout unless you're putting the money over the community, if that makes sense. So like to Adam's point, doing that and giving his community like an actually awesome tool is not selling out. The same way that like if I were paired up with, let me think, it's like one liquor company that I like that everyone likes. If I were to pair up with like Woodford Reserve, right? Relatively common bourbon, bartenders love it, guests love it. If I was paired up with them and it would be kind of weird to be like, oh, he's sold out, because like they are corporate on some level. but they have a good product, and it's a product I want to make more accessible to my community. Selling out, in my opinion, looks more like if someone were to approach me that wasn't in my wheelhouse. So if I had like a company approach me and they're like, hey, we sell clothes, but like we want to offer you a 2-year contract. And I was like, I guess I sell clothes now. That would be selling out. How much is the flux here?
My blade, my life. Choose your next contribution to our
For instance, an OG streamer giving advice on how they started in 2012 to someone who starts in 2021 is drastically different. Yeah. And there's no way to know, like unless you go through the effort of making a new account and not using your old brand to influence your new account at all, there's no way to really test that. You can't be like, here are the things that I do that helped me grow, when all of that information is like deprecated. It's not useful. It's not relevant. .7 to buy Sand Flux. How much is it if I want to buy Shell Dust Flux? That's probably gonna get me a little bit more. 0.62. What if I get Obsidian Flux? Nope. Hard pass. Buy order. 0.7. And I can actually get more of these. So we'll do 800. Screw it. I'm not using my money for anything. I'm not buying anything. So we'll just do like pretty much as possible. A lot of advice for streaming does not apply to all. Yeah, that's why I try not to tell people how to do something. Whenever people are like, hey, I really want to start doing this thing, what should I do? Or I'm not seeing growth or whatever. I'm always just like, I can't tell you what I do to do this stuff because it happens to work for me because of who I am and how what I've already had to do to get here. It's not gonna work for you. This reminds me of when I was a recruiter and I had to prospect via social media. Army expected us to have all these bright and extroverted personalities. It was rough. Yeah. Like me and Nico, for example. Nico has far more success than myself because of our different situations and approaches. You know, him being younger and attractive, thank you. More in tune with the kids versus myself, who is older, while in tune, just doesn't approach the same. Yeah. It's different people. This is, we actually ran an experiment on this, Terrell. I think you were there for this, so you weren't involved exactly. But back when Jake and I were just streaming on YouTube, when we were streaming Destiny 2, we decided that because the numbers weren't consistent. And so we were trying to nail down what exactly was wrong. Like what is it that was keeping more people to watch one thing versus another? And so on the same day, at the same time, we made identical live streams, except Jacob was streaming one of them, I was streaming the other, and Cast was streaming the last one. By the end of the experiment, Cast, who doesn't normally, he's not in all of our content, he had never been like a host for one of the live streams or anything. We all used the same YouTube account, so you could choose which live stream you were watching. Cast, by the end of it, had 7 viewers. Jake had, I think, 30 something, and I had 280 something. I think it was 284. And we looked at all of the stuff and we kind of realized, and we asked our friends, and we realized that people were tuning in for they weren't tuning in for the gameplay, which is what Jake was offering, because he's mechanically and much more proficient at Destiny than I am. They were tuning in for the entertainment value, the personality and the attitude. Or at least mine specifically. So we decided to run with it from there. Damn it, Cast. Alright, guys, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end the live stream. I think we just passed 2 hours. I just wanted to make sure that I had a live stream today and I got to talk to some of you guys. Adam, super stoked that you showed up. Thank you for tuning in, sticking around. Everyone, thank you for tuning in, sticking around, showing up. Thanks for all of your help and support. Hopefully I've been helpful and supportive for you all as well, since that's why we do everything that we do here. The next live stream isn't going to be until tomorrow. It's probably going to be a little bit later, and I can't say for sure if I'm going to be at the bar, or if I'm going to be gaming, or what game I'm going to be playing. But if you want to stay updated, you can follow us on Discord, and you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram, where I'll update you guys through a bunch of different things. But anyway, until then, thank you guys again for being here. Hopefully I see you in the next live stream. Until then, take care of yourselves. See you, everybody.